Well, welcome. What I'm going to do tonight, I've got a lot of little projects to catch up on before Brodax. I'm going to cut this stabilizer and elevator out of this piece of carbon fiber. I'm thinking that I might not be able to do this. This is kind of heavy, but I don't know what these stupid things are supposed to weigh. I'm figuring it's supposed to be like a piece of 16th balsa, but it's not. Okay, how this is going to work is this is 3 layers of carbon and this is 3 layers of carbon. It's going to be glued together with Kevlar in between to use as the hinge. So in order to get a perfect match between top and bottom, I'm going to take them together, cut them out together. I don't know if this will work or not. Everything I'm doing here, all this stuff I do is an experiment. Should work. It doesn't mean anything. I've had things that should work that didn't. If this was wood, I'd just glue it together, but if I glue this together, it'd be stuck together forever. This will be the no, I got a couple more shows before I hit the road for Brodak. How did I think about it? Got tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do. Today I worked on my generator. Got to have power out when you're sitting in the field. Unless I had a 500-foot extension cord. And somebody run over it with a lawnmower. Really looking forward to Brodak. Okay. Like I say, I got no idea if this is going to work. We'll see. We're jumping all around. What's the deal? Oh, we got lots of crap under here. Found a good pair of forceps. That's good. Down on the All right, for you perky guys, I'm only bringing samples to Brodak. I'm not bringing a complete airplane. I sure hope this thing gets lighter. We'll weigh it up here and see what it weighs here in a minute. 2 more cuts. And I gotta sand it and we'll glue it together. You know what? I better tape those two together because I'm gonna sand it on the disc sander so that it's perfectly straight. I don't want it to move, so if I don't tape them together, I'll have a problem. Well, we gotta cut me a second on the disc sander, and I'll be right back. So stand by. No sense in moving that camera over there because it's like 2 seconds on the disc sander. Okie dokie. Black on black. That's brilliant. Black on white here. That's it. And after this thing dries, then I can go around the perimeter and around the leading edge and off. Sand the tips in. I'm kind of curious at how much does it weigh so far. But it will be bulletproof. It'll be able to do a cartwheel. I would say that it's probably in the 15-gram range or so. Maybe more. Yeah. Going to be too heavy. $25.2 grams. So I would say it's going to be an ounce when I get the Kevlar in there. I don't know if that's too heavy or not. Maybe cut back on the carbon, 2 layers instead of 3. And they ain't gonna be very strong. Good evening, Roy. Okay, is my hinge still out here, or do I have to cut another one? Yep, I just cut another one. Once I put it down in that box, could have. The Kevlar. Yeah. Oh well. We'll just cut another one. Well, there it is. Guess I don't have to cut another one. Yeah, it shrunk. What's the deal? Yeah, we'll just cut another one. Just cut another one. Now, if anybody knows anything about Kevlar, you can't sand it. So I have to make this slightly smaller than the part so that the Kevlar doesn't stick through on the seam. Otherwise, we'll have hair sticking out. Okay, so now we need a pair of scissors. Those scissors, not these. I don't think the electric ones will cut it, but we'll try it. This is some tough shit here. Yeah, won't cut it. And there. This ain't gonna cut it either. Gonna have to be razor blade, I guess. How did I cut that last one? Already starting to itch. I'm itching. Okay, I'm gonna cut it, try to cut it like a 1/8 of an inch inside the line. No guarantee. How many of you guys watching this are going to Brodak? Am I doing another museum tour? Let's take a vote on that. You guys want to see the museum? I think they've added some more shit. The guy who did the museum tour with me, who was the narrator last time, Bob Zambelli, is going to be my roommate. Maybe I can con him into doing it again. I have a piece of something sticking out there. Carbon fiber. I am kind of anxious to see what kind of strength we got with this layup. I guess I could shoot it and see if it really is bulletproof. Maybe I'll do that after Brodax. There we go. I think it's too heavy. I think I'm going to have to come up with a different plan. Okay. Wonder if I can trim it with scissors now. Bet I can't. Oh, no way. to go across the top. Okay. Maybe that's why that's like that. Except it ain't long enough. Yeah, that looks better. I need to cut this off. Take some off the back there. Yep, I bet that's what it was. I kept cutting on this to where I could have used that other piece. But I want it all the way out to the tips on the hinge line. Maybe I shouldn't worry about this and just do the hinge line. Shit. I think that may be a better idea. I already know I'm too heavy, or I think I'm too heavy. So if I just did a 1-inch piece along the hinge line, then I wouldn't have nothing but little few hairs on the tips to clean up. Let's try that. Let's see what it looks like. Except I really would like to say it's bulletproof. Need a new blade though, it's just not cut worth a shit. There we go, that'll work. Maybe. that off. I'm going to use EPON 862 because it dries a lot faster than HTR 250 cures or whatever. And I think this was done with 862 to begin with anyway, because I was gluing a tank together when I did this. Okay, how are we going to do this? I suppose that I can tack it down with CA and force the resin through it. Or would it be better to brush it on? I suppose it'd probably be better to brush it on and yeah, it would be better to brush it on. So, maybe cup. The tet, is that oil or tet? That's oil. Where's the tet? Oh, come on. Well, got no clue where it is now. Not here. That's acetone, or is it Teta? No, that's not Teta. This is ATX. Yep, ATX. I got so many bottles that kind of look, oh, there it is right there. Except it's empty. That's what it was. I remember now. Okay, we got to break out the mad scientist chemicals. Where's that padded box? I brought it over here. There's that. Oh, there's the box. Hiding. I'm going to 13 per 100, 7 for 50. So we'll make 1 ounce and use 3, 4. Let me get some gloves. Okay. That's where I couldn't find it. I didn't have any cord. This is a nasty chemical here. That's enough to do 20 gallon. Yeah, there it is. Yep, I gotta take that cap off before I get gloved up here. Why does everything have to be so difficult? There we go. Hey, Ben. How do you keep? You don't? It'll just break there. It'll be fine. Would be a disaster to drop this bottle. It would be a disaster to drop that bottle. We're going to try not to paint the hinge line, but if a little bit it gets in, it'll break. It'll loosen up. This I have no doubt. Okay, so we want. I'm going to mix 25. It's I say 13 per 100. I'd rather be a little hot than not. Where is it? Uh-oh, did I write it on that tape? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's 13 per 100 weight. I better get a felt tip pen. 13 per 100. So we'll say 14 per 100, 7 for 50, 3.5 for 25. So 4 per 25. That's a little bit much, but 4, 8, 16, 13, it's 3 grams more per 100. It'll be fine. The 4 grams, we need 4 grams of Teta. And that shit stinks. Four grammages of Teta. So that weighs 2 grams. So I need to come up to 6 grams. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to weight it. We need to come up to 6 grams. Actually, I could make it exact. 5.5. We'll do that. Okay, there's the amount of Teta I need. Now this other thing's a little trickier because it's such a big container. We need to come up to 28. 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. We need to come up to 30 even. Yeah. And how I'm going to do this, because I'm pouring out of a gallon jug, there's no control on it. I'll pour some in this cup and pour the rest back in the bottle, in the gallon that I don't use. Yeah, don't tip that over. Okay, that's 30 we need to be at. Man, that's really quite a bit. Oh, there it is. That's perfect right there. Great. I hit it right on the money the first pour, because this thing's just about empty. That's a little over, so we've got 30, 31. That'll be fine, because we're over on the hardener. I need to throw this out. Spill it. You know how they want you to recycle, throw the plastic in one garbage bin and the paper in another and the trash in another? Well, the trash man came today and I seen him going down the line. He picked up every can and put it in the truck. So I stopped him out back and I said, if you put this all in one can, what difference does it make? What can we put it in? He says it doesn't. So that's the state of things. So we should have 37 when I pour this in. $30. $35. And that's right on the money. As far as the math went, and the overages that I poured, what's left in the cup, it's right, it's perfect. We got 34.5 grams. Okay. And that's still a little over on the hardener because it's 13 per 100, and I'm rounding up to a larger number to make the math easier. And trust me, it really doesn't matter. The only time that would matter is if we were doing aerospace shit and they wanted it spec'd out and you had an inspector coming by or whatever. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's a model airplane. Okay, we need a stick. Of course, you're not supposed to use a stick, but as I stated, it don't matter. I'm sure that it will exotherm. I know it's dry. This will be the first time I've used weights instead of vacuum bag. We'll see how it works. It should work. You know what? I'll go ahead and paint this too. Mm-hmm. The only reason why I'm wiping this off is I'd like it to look nice, because it won't stick to this shit. Yeah, I think that's going to work good. And be bulletproof. Okay. However, I do think this might be heavy. We only want our airplane to weigh about 19 ounces. 20. I don't know what they weigh. I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be very damn heavy. Damn. That's it. So we used, what did I say? We had it at 35. About 20, about 29 grams of glue. So we use 35 to 29 is 6 grams. Yep, 6 grams of glue. So I'm going to put this in here, and when it's hard, this will be ready to come out. So another piece of Mylar over the top of this. I wanted to wipe that off. Yeah, of course, I got to get another roll of paper towels out. We're out of towels. Can't win. I didn't get my generator running today, but I will tomorrow. I took it apart and looked at the carburetor and blew through it, and didn't look like anything was out of place to me. Each one of these server weights is 15 pounds. I should have took them all when I had the chance, but I only took 4. Check it and see if I moved it. Oh man, nope. Okay. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. The channel has become kind of stagnant as far as growth goes, but we usually pick up pretty good during the summer because I'm doing the contests and the, live streaming from the Nats and so on and so forth. So we shall see what happens. I really appreciate all you guys' support. I hope you learned something from this channel. I'm not saying that I know everything, because I don't. I haven't made all the mistakes yet. I haven't built enough airplanes, but we're working on it. Alrighty. We'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.